Hello YouTube, this is JW. It's out for an evening ride. I just wanted to get out of the house. Seek first the kingdom of heaven and its righteousness, and all these other things will be added to you. And when we talk about things, it's not just material possessions, but health, peace of mind, comfort of heart, peace in your spirit, knowing that you operate in another system, this kingdom of heaven. It's not for the great by and by. If you understand what person we call today Jesus or Yeshua, the Nazarene, the son of Joseph and Mary, the son of the living God, who in his statement said there's a completeness. I am and my Father are one, and one meaning complete. And since he is complete, we were made complete. In the beginning, we were to have dominion in this planet and over this earth. And there's nowhere I read in any text, if I'm mistaken, that we're to have dominion over each other. Therefore, that's where we have made our biggest mistakes, thinking that we can rule each other when our ruler was supposed to be God and God alone. And now it's which God, because some people have thousands of gods, a plethora of gods. When the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of the Jews, says there's only one, and he's a jealous God, and we're only supposed to serve him. Well, that's who I choose to serve. It's not religion. Religion is killing people. Religion is taking people to another level where they think they're gods. Religion itself has become an idol to all of us. And we serve religion rather than serving the Lord. And he said it clearly, and no one can deny this. You can try to dispute me or go around me or whatever, but love the Lord your God with all your heart, your mind, and your soul, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. And these two things puts us closer to the kingdom of heaven. And this kingdom is a system. It's a culture. It's a way of life. It's not a religion. It's not putting on special clothes and burning oils and all that other chanting and stuff. It's a way of living, loving your neighbor with compassion as you love yourself. This we don't do, and this has been the human condition since the beginning of time. Greek philosophers and all philosophers from Plato to Aristotle, all of them have found that the human condition is not changed. All through the ages, it hasn't changed. And as we see what happened the other night in Orlando, Florida, and other places prior to that, the human condition has not changed, because we think we're gods and that we can dispel and get rid of people because of their beliefs or their reactions or their actions. Hmm. Remember the Crusades? Remember the Native Americans and the people of color who were massacred here in the United States and thrown in mass graves by people we call Americans in this place we call America. Not to take away anything from what happened in Orlando, but these massacres have been happening for years. It's just been time, a lot of time in between, and they happen to different people for the sake of someone not agreeing with how someone else lives their life or their skin color. They've become their own gods, and they want to take their wrath and vengeance into their own hands. Instead of letting the Lord, the God of Israel, sort it all out in the end, we've become our own gods. I hope He has mercy upon all of us. Well, as I ride the Can-Am YouTube, I think, and this is where I do a lot of my thinking, is better than thinking on the porcelain throne, and we do a lot of that too. Or by a lake or by a beach. But this is where I do mine. Some of you may say I should have kept my opinion to myself, but you know what? Hey, if you want to hear it, fine. If you don't, that's fine. You listen to the politics. So I'm just a grain of sand on a beach amongst a bunch of grains of sand. And to put it in real perspective, I'm made of the same dirt as we all are, the dust of the ground. So it's kind of hard for another piece of dirt to talk about another piece of dirt or dust, when that's what we all are. We're here for a few minutes and then we're gone. So live life to its fullest, the abundant life that He wants us to live, and seek this kingdom that the Nazarene was talking about. It's not, like I said, for the great by and by. It's here, if you recognize it. It's a system that beats all systems. The Romans tried to beat it and they couldn't. And it's been downplayed throughout the centuries. But repent, change your mind, change your attitude, change your way of thinking. There's another way of living that's much more abundant and much more happier. I'm a living witness to that. And like I always say, it's not a religious statement. I'm not a religious person. I don't want to be, because religion hurts people. But believing, and this is not tolerance, and having compassion is something totally different from tolerance. Tolerance means I don't have to like you, but I can just tolerate you. But this Nazarene talked about compassion. He hung out with sinners and what people could consider the lowest on the totem pole, tax collectors. Yeah, and even today we, kind of don't like the IRS. But anyway, the same thing. So you choose. Are you going to seek this kingdom, this new system, this new way of living? Or are you going to continue to follow religion and hurt people? Interesting. And some subscribers may, or you may comment, say, what do I know? Well, I was a religion and philosophy major. I have a bachelor's and a master's degree. And I've studied intensively, and I've heralded the gospel, preached the gospel for almost 20 years. And for a lot of that I was wrong, because I was preaching and teaching religion instead of living a life that affords us an abundant life, not just materially, but in every way. And I'm a witness that once you start doing that, oh man, doors will open that you would believe. I don't know how many people will hear this or listen to this, but if you do, go back and look for yourself, study for yourself, read, understand, get a few books out, look at the history of this whole thing and the human condition. It hasn't changed. Well, this is JW. All of this is my opinion, and I'm not trying to force it on anybody. You have a wonderful night, YouTube. Talk to you later.